An 8,000-year-old city with its beautiful streets, huge plane trees, historical places, and prominent people is surrounded by nature and famous orchards. To be able to reach Bastam, you have to go through or pass by some beautiful orchards. Every year, more than 42,000 tons of apricots are being produced in Semnan Province, and most apricot orchards are located here in Bastam region. I'm in love with nature and greenery, but I'm also very interested in our history and culture. So time to check out other attractions of this great city.
ما در این شهرستان شهر نمونه گردشگری بستام رو داریم که یکی از زیباترین اثرهای تاریخی یعنی مجموعه تاریخی بستام که یک پازل معماری از دوره‌های مختلف است درش قرار داره.
Bastam's central mosque and its famous mihrab are among the most glorious architectural pieces that were built during the Ilkhanid era. The Ilkhanid period is a glorious time for the art of plasterwork on mihrabs. This type of plasterwork is one of the most famous ones in the Islamic world architecture.
مسجد جامع در سال 706 هجری قمری احداث میشه، یعنی چند سال بعد از مناره یعنی برج کاشانه بستام. یکی از شاخصهای مهم این مسجد جامع که بنا شد محرابشه که یکی از 4 محراب بی‌نظیر و یا به عبارتی میتونیم بگیم که کم نظیر توی ایران ماست که این بنا معمولاً میشه گفت گچ‌بری‌هاش توسط معمارای برادر دامغانی شکل گرفته و در دوره فتحعلی شاه قاجار این بنا مرمت و بازسازی شده.
Adjacent to the central mosque, there is another grandiose piece of architecture, which is called Burj Kashane, or Kashane Tower. According to local beliefs, the tower used to be a fire temple in Zoroastrian time. But some others, like a well-known Orientalist called Andrei Godard, believe that the tower was built by a Mongol ruler named Ghazan Khan, and the original name of the tower was Ghazaneh. Bastam is not just famous for its historical monuments, but it has some celebrated people who are well known among Iranians and people around the world.
در بحث گردشگری عرفانی نیز ما همه ساله پذیرای گردشگرانی هستیم که میان برای 2 عارف بزرگی که در شهرستان شاهرود و در بخش بستام مدفنشون هست، بایزید بستامی عارف قرن اول و دوم هجری و شیخ ابوالحسن خرقانی عارف قرن 4 و 5 که در روستای خرقان مدفنشون هست. برجت اینها همه باعث شده که ما یک موزه عرفان شرق را هم در مجموعه تاریخی بستام داشته باشیم.
Bayazid Bastami, a Persian mystic and Muslim scholar of the 9th century, was among the greatest mystics of all time. The tomb of Bayazid Bastami is located at this historical complex, which has monuments that were built in different eras, but most of them are from the Ilkhanid period.
This complex has many structures that are dating back to 700 to 900 years ago, but it is mainly important for Bayazid Bastami, who is buried here. A great mystic and Islamic scholar who was born 1300 years ago to a Zoroastrian family, and then he converted to Islam and became one of the students of Imam Ja'far as-Sadiq, the 6th Shia Imam.
He traveled around the world and served more than 100 teachers and masters and learned from them all. It is said he took over 12 years for his pilgrim to Mecca. He performed 2 prayers in every small village and in every stop he made to the house of God. He said, the house of God is not like a king's palace that you can enter whenever you wish and enter fast. When he arrived in Mecca, again he performed many prayers. One of the mysterious messages of Bayazid is when he heralded about the man who will be born in this region. A man who will have a greater position than Bayazid, and a man who will be respected in the entire world. And his name is Abul Hassan. Sheikh Abul Hassan Kharagani was born in 963 CE in a village called Kharaghan, just outside of Bastam. He lived for 73 years and died on the holy day of Ashura. Many of Iranian and Muslim scholars like Avicenna, Khwaja Abdullah Ansari, and King Mahmud Ghaznavi were among the students and companions of Sheikh Abul Hassan Kharagani.
Sheikh Abul Hassan Kharagani had this message at the entrance of his house. Whoever comes to this place, feed them and don't ask about their fates. Because if they were favored by God who saw them worthy of the gift of life, then they're certainly worthy of being fed at the house of Abul Hassan.
After so many years, the message of Sheikh Abul Hassan Kharagani is still being admired by Iranians, and that's why we're among the most hospitable people in the world. Shahriyar Azimi for Iran.